With the intent of offering the Friday prayer alongside the promised Messiah, companion Hazrat Bhai Abdur Rahman Qadiani attempted to take a horse cart in the early morning from Batala to Qadian in the early 1890s. Narrating his ordeals, he stated, "No one knew the whereabouts of Qadian, only a village named Qadi." After an extensive and arduous journey on the beaten track, he was greeted by the dome and minaret of Masjid Aqsa. He had finally reached Qadian, which at the time had no significance in the eyes of the world. The condition of this land nor its anonymity could deny its destiny ordained by Allah the Almighty, that a day will dawn when it will shine in the world as a beacon of truth, casting its light across the world. I will cause thy message to reach the corners of the earth. The rediscovery of this vast abundance, the continent of Australia, is one such corner of the earth which stands in testimony to this ongoing promise. The early Ahmadis of Australia were among those Muslim cameleers who arrived during the second half of the 20th century, diligently carrying the message of the promised Messiah, whose light projected across this land. Two Australians had the distinction of meeting the promised Messiah: Charles Francis Sibright and Professor Clement Rake, acclaimed for his long-standing contributions to the scientific field of meteorology. The early Ahmadi migrants continue to showcase the brilliance of this light. Among them, Hazrat Malik Muhammad Baksh Sahib, Ali Bahadur Khan Sahib, Ghulam Rasool Sahib, Abdul Khalik Sahib, Alam Kandhari Sahib, and the most notable figure who fronted this movement in Australia, Hassan Musa Khan Sahib. Guided by the literature of the promised Messiah, Hassan Musa Khan Sahib valiantly defended Islam through his prolific writings. This fearless display of dedication continues to be acknowledged by historians and writers alike. The efforts of Hassan Musa Khan Sahib and other Ahmadis not only brought the true light of Islam to Australia, it could be seen stretching far beyond its shores, illuminating many of its neighboring islands. A new phase in the history of Ahmadiyyat dawned when Hazrat Khalifatul Masih III expressed his wish to formally establish a Jamaat in Australia following a series of Ahmadi migrations. Through the efforts of the early Ahmadi settlers and those who formally established the Jamaat in Australia, the past century of history bears witness to the light which is now being projected internationally. Local Jamaat activities aim to create a peaceful representation of the organization by actively participating in exclusively Australian opportunities such as Clean Up Australia Day, Red Cross Door Knock Appeal, Australia's Biggest Morning Tea, National Tree Day, Anzac Day, and Australia Day. Not only do these events inspire loyalty to one's nation, they provide the perfect platform to showcase the true light of Islam. The outreach of these programs gives way to the testimonies of the local media, politicians, civil workers, and the common public. Much like the condition of Qadian in its early days, the history of Islam Ahmadiyya in Australia is a story of perseverance, dedication, and the unyielding pursuit of truth. It stands as a shining example of how this light of the promised Messiah can transcend boundaries and touch the lives of people in even the most unlikely and distant corners of the earth. The ongoing journey of Islam Ahmadiyya in Australia is a testament to the enduring promise of Allah the Almighty that His light will continue to reach every corner of the earth.